Have you ever tried to figure out if a woman likes you? Just by the way she acts, it can be really confusing, right? Well, this video is going to make it much easier. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to look for. The top 8 body language signs that say she's into you, even if she doesn't say it out loud. So let's get started. Eye contact. Let's kick things off with one of the most powerful body language. Signals eye contact. When a woman is attracted to you, she'll hold your gaze for a little longer than normal. That intense, almost burning feeling when your eyes lock isn't just your imagination. It's the undeniable spark of desire. Her pupils might even dilate slightly. An involuntary reaction that happens when we see something we're attracted to. So if her eyes seem extra big and mesmerizing, chances are she's into you. Just be careful not to confuse it with the fear response, which can also cause pupil dilation. Keep an eye out for frequent, lingering eye contact throughout your interactions. If she's constantly catching your eye and holding that smoldering gaze,
she's definitely interested.
2, lip biting and licking. This one's a doozy because it taps into our primal desires. When a woman bites or licks her lips around you, it's like a secret signal flashing. I want you. The lips are an erogenous zone, and drawing attention to them can be a subliminal way of expressing sexual interest. Maybe she's thinking about kissing you, or maybe she's just imagining something else. If you know what I mean, either way, lip biting or licking is a definite green light that she's attracted to you. On some level, just try not to get too distracted by watching her mouth. We're supposed to be picking up on subtle cues here, not drooling like horny teenagers. Keep your eyes peeled for that telltale lip action. If you spot it more than once or twice, chances are good that she's into you. 3, blushing. There's just something about a woman's cheeks turning a delightful, rosy hue that sets hearts racing. Isn't there when she blushes around you? It could very well mean she's feeling that spark of desire. Blushing is an involuntary response that happens when blood rushes to the face, due to arousal, embarrassment, or other intense emotions. So if her cheeks flush red when your eyes meet, or after you pay her a compliment, it's a pretty solid indicator that she's at least a little flustered by your presence. Of course, some women just blush more easily than others. But if you notice a pattern of her face turning pink whenever you're nearby or the conversation gets flirtatious, well, that's a promising sign. Just don't make it too obvious that you've noticed. That could embarrass her even more. For proximity, they say actions speak louder than words. And few actions are as telling as a woman willingly invading your personal space. When she positions herself closer to you than social norms dictate, it's a brilliant way to gauge her interest level. Think about it. We naturally maintain a physical buffer zone with acquaintances and strangers. But when attraction kicks in, that invisible barrier just seems to dissolve. Suddenly having someone's body just inches from yours feels natural, even exciting. If a woman lingers near you, brushes up against you, or chooses the seat right next to you when other spots are available, she's subconsciously signaling that she wants to be closer to you, physically and emotionally. It's a daring move that shouldn't be overlooked. Of course, you'll want to pay attention to context and social settings. But in general, if she seems to gravitate towards your orbit whenever possible, it's a brilliant green light that she digs your company. And maybe more. Proximity is a wickedly subtle yet powerful sign of desire. 5, playing with hair. Here's a classic move that's been cluing guys in for ages. The hair tassel when a woman starts fiddling with her locks around you. It's a sneaky, little flirting gesture that suggests she's quite interested indeed. Playing with one's hair draws attention to the face and neck area, two erogenous zones loaded with nerve endings. By casually brushing her fingers through those tresses, she's subconsciously trying to amplify her feminine allure. It could be as subtle as a hair flip, twirl or tuck behind the ear, or she might go full on hair. Caress, running her hands slowly through those luscious strands. Either way, it's a flirtatious gesture meant to captivate your interest. Of course, some ladies are just habitual hair touchers with no deeper meaning. But if the primp and prim routine kicks into overdrive, when you're around, it's a brilliant signal that she's hoping to catch your eye. 6. Positioning. They say the way someone holds their body can speak volumes about their interest level. And when it comes to a woman angling herself towards you, the message is loud and clear. She's feeling that magnetic pull of attraction. Think about when you're facing someone you feel neutral about. Your posture is relaxed open maybe, but not exactly engaged now. Contrast that with how you position yourself. Around someone you find irresistible, the torso faces them shoulders squared, legs uncrossed to ensure an unobstructed view. It's a subconscious realigning to make that personal connection. And when a woman does this directed positioning towards you, it signals her focused interest and engagement. She's putting you quite literally front and center. Subtle cues like angling her body, leaning in or pointing her feet towards you shouldn't be overlooked. They indicate she's drawn towards you both physically and emotionally. An open, inviting posture screams, "I'm heavily invested in whatever you have to say." 7 feet positioning. While we're on the topic of body positioning, let's talk about the often overlooked feet. Where a woman points her toes can actually reveal a lot about her interest level. It's all about that subconscious shift in alignment. When we're puttering around, not really focused on anyone in particular, our feet are free to point whichever way feels natural. But when someone catches our eye, those babies will instinctively swivel to aim right at the object of our desire. So if you notice a woman's feet are angled towards you, even when the rest of her body isn't, it's a brilliant subtle cue that you've piqued her interest. Her subconscious is telling her to stay oriented towards you, just in case an opportunity arises to move in closer. Of course, context is key here. If you're seated across from each other, feet pointing is natural, but if you're side by side, or her legs are deliberately crossed towards you, that's a telling sign her mind is focused squarely on you. 8. Preening. When a woman starts subtly primping and preening around you, it's basically like a cosmic bat signal screaming, "I want you to find me attractive." This sneaky little move is all about self-advertisement. Think about it: straightening clothes, fluffing hair, reapplying lip gloss. All those tiny grooming behaviors are her subconscious way of amplifying her feminine wiles. By making minor adjustments to her appearance, she's subliminally enhancing her sexual allure. And the kicker is, she'll likely only do this when she's actively interested in catching someone's eye. After all, we rarely bother with grandiose preening rituals, unless we're motivated by that deep-seated desire to be perceived as a potential mate. So if you notice her surreptitiously smoothing out her skirt, fixing a loose strand of hair, or giving herself a quick once-over, seemingly out of the blue, well, that's your cue that she's looking to impress. Chances are high that you're the one she's targeting, with all that subtle self-advertisement. If you found this video interesting and want to learn more about reading attraction signals, be sure to check out our other videos on the topic. And tune in for our next video, where we'll cover even more subtle cues that can reveal attraction. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to After School Psychology, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.